Hi there, Libras. Welcome to your mid-July 2017 tarot reading. So keep in mind, this is going to run roughly from the 15th of the month until the end of the month on the 31st. You have some really positive things coming in for you guys. I feel a lot of strides. So like students, examinations, I feel like you're in a, even though it's summertime here in the US, I feel like for some of you, who are taking summer school or even, getting your progress reports, getting your report cards, or even passing exams, I feel like that's coming in very strongly where the time invested in a situation is going to pay dividends for you guys. Okay, so studying for exams, studying for tests, the work that you're doing too, I feel like if you're doing work diligently, there is a hefty bonus or a hefty amount of money that you're getting back, okay? So I feel like overall things are looking really good on the achievement fronts for work or school, and also on the financial front when it comes to, getting paid all according to the work that you're doing. For others, I feel like there's something new that's making you very, very happy. I'm feeling for some like a pet. For others, a brand new car. And for other people, I feel like a new love interest that is really piquing your interest, okay? I see you spending some time like doing the preliminary background check on this person. So I don't know if you're doing some type of social media stalking, or looking at their, social media accounts, trying to get to know them, trying to, indiscreetly, like, discreetly, indirectly or discreetly trying to get to know them, or trying to figure out, looking at pictures, I'm seeing like figuring out what kind of person is this person. Are they trustworthy, are they honest, are they admirable? Because I feel like you have somebody in your environment that really piques your interest. I'm seeing a fire sign, so Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. And I'm also seeing in particular a Cancer. Okay, because the way the cards are playing out, or the way the cards are showing up, you have a lot of repeat cards for that are similar to Cancer. So I feel like you might have Cancer in your chart, or you might be dealing heavily with a Cancer. But there's somebody, I feel like this person might also be in your work environment, like a co-worker, a person you're collaborating with, or a person you're meeting at school as well. And so I feel like this heavy energy about, the beginnings of that courtship experience, that you're enjoying the moment, and you're feeling very excited about getting to know a new person. But I do feel many of you are doing some type of stalking online, looking at their history, looking at their profiles, or even it could be online dating too. But I feel like they're already, you're seeing them in the flesh, so you're seeing them physically in person. And then you're doing like, some digging up based on their social media, okay? So I have a person coming into your environment. They're coming in quite strong. They're making you quite happy. And I feel like there's a great deal of attraction, physical attraction between you and this person. And if you are working with them, there's a lot of overtime that you're doing. So you're spending a huge amount of time with this person. And then for others, if this is like, through school, you're spending a lot of time either working on a project, doing something together, or connecting in a very constructive way, in a way where you both are like working towards the same goals, in which you both are kind of like on the same path with each other professionally or academically. So there's a lot of good things happening here. I feel like you're finding out a lot of information about this new person. So they're really heavily on your agenda. You're excited about going to work. You're excited about going to school because of this person. And so they're mentioning here on the financial front, on the love front, there's going to be a lot of forward movement. So if things have been if things have been kind of tenuous, or if things have been a little bit uncertain, unclear, whether or not you're seeing somebody exclusively, or whether or not they're interested in you, I feel like things are going to start to clear up for the next 2 weeks, where you both are going to be working together and working on the same page, or you're going to be moving things forward with one another, okay? For others of you who might be involved with an earth sign, there's a little bit of conflict. And earth sign, Virgos, Capricorn, Taurus, and that is their sun, moon, or rising. I feel like there's a little bit of a stop-start type of energy, you might be in a situation where you're conflicted about, whether or not to move ahead with this person, or whether or not to give them a chance to date them. And if it's a person in your work environment too, I feel like the flirtation is really, really strong, but you're also playing it smart, and you're trying to kind of like, I want to say, like, you don't want your credibility to be, in question at work, so you might not want to get involved with people in the work front, okay? So you have some really positive things. I do feel here great achievements happening for you. So getting, recognition for the work that you're doing, getting recognition for doing a job well done at school, passing exams, and all of those things. So it's all bundled in together. And I feel like a lot of great things, like if you're applying for school, for example, if you're applying for an internship, if you're applying for something, I feel like you're going to get some positive feedback. And I feel like towards the end of the month, like the 29th does come strongly to mind. I'm not even sure what day of the week that is. Let me look very quickly. So that is even on a Saturday. So on the 29th, I feel like some major things are being discussed, some big ideas, or even like a big push to go forward with something that's going to be, especially if it's a Saturday, it's great for dating. So I feel like some big major decisions are being made with another person, taking relationships to the next level even. And then for others, I feel like this is kind of like getting very positive feedback and recognition for the work that you're doing in the professional front, okay? So Libras, you have some really good things. I feel like there's a lot of social outing, a lot of romancing, a lot of courtship happening for you. But on top of that, it's also because, I feel like vibrationally, you're in a really good space. You feel confident about your contributions. You feel confident about the work that you're doing, and people are recognizing you for your contributions, okay? So it's going to be a very good next 2 weeks for many of you. Get out there, start dating, and express yourself to that person that you like. So if they're coming on and you're like shy, or you're reserved about expressing your feelings, it's good to express your feelings. Let the other person know that that you reciprocate their feelings, and that things can move forward for you guys, okay? I wish you all the best. I'm really happy to see this for you, Libras. Take care of yourself, and I'll be back in the August reading, okay? Bye-bye.